and that was in 1987. So, I'm thrilled, I'm extremely happy to be here, to be joining you tonight to celebrate Alpha Phi Foundation and the women of the Gala chapter of Alpha Phi at Arizona State University. 145 years ago, 10 collegiate women joined together to found Alpha Phi fraternity, a sisterhood dedicated to the strength, passion, and philanthropy of women. Our founders were pioneers of their time. They were bold, caring, and driven. They chose to live a life of purpose. Throughout my Alpha Phi experiences, both as a collegiate and as an alumna member, I've had the great joy of getting to know hundreds of women all throughout North America. So that includes the young women here tonight, my sisters, your daughters, and friends, as they choose to continue our founders' legacy by leading lives of purpose. Alpha Phi Foundation is the philanthropic partner of the fraternity, and it is the reason we are gathered here tonight. Our mission is simple: advancing women's lives through the power of philanthropy. Over the years, I have seen and felt the great impact of Alpha Phi Foundation's 5 vital programs. There's leadership, development and training, scholarship, women's heart health initiatives, assistant grants for sisters in need, and heritage. Now, I was a very active alumna, having served on the executive board for our St. Louis Gateway Alumni Chapter for almost 5 years, until I moved here in 2002. Before I moved here, I sought out our chapter, our local Valley of the Sun Phoenix Alumni Chapter, because I wanted to meet new sisters and get more involved here. I definitely became more involved. I was on the executive board here in Phoenix, and then I became a member of our regional chapter. I was alumni membership coordinator for the Southwest region for a few years. So I've definitely been involved. It's been a huge, important part of my life for at least 30 years. Now, more about our amazing foundation. I've been personally benefited from it for a couple different ways. While serving as our Southwest Regional Alumni Membership Coordinator in 2009 and 10, I attended our VIP leadership weekends at our Oklahoma and Butler University chapters, as well as regional conferences and our conventions. Most recently, I received a Forget-Me-Not grant to cover the September mortgage payment. It was a huge relief to me and our sons. To give you a little backstory, this past June 20th, it changed our lives completely. For the last several years, we have been living in a crazy roller coaster, toxic environment in our house. My husband, my son's dad, was an alcoholic. I knew Jeff was an alcoholic when we started dating. He admitted it. I didn't know any other alcoholics around me, so I didn't really know what to expect. Coors Light was his best friend. It was just beer. It was Coors Light. But about 6 to 7 years ago, he went from being a solid Coors Light lover to little tiny bottles of Sky vodka, and then about a year ago, it was Fireballs, little Fireball whiskeys. He had the little tiny bottles. I don't know if it was just because it was easier to hide, or having a little tiny bottle was easier, kind of like us taking a little tiny bite of a brownie or a cookie. A little tiny bite doesn't mean much, A little tiny bottle isn't much, but it's easier to hide. They add up. Little tiny bottles and little tiny bottles. It's a lot. I used to think he would grow up. I thought he would grow up when we had sons. It doesn't work like that. They're now 14 and in a couple weeks 13. It's a disease. An ugly, brutal, horrible disease. He had been in and out of hospitals and rehabs many times. He had been diagnosed with Wernicke's disease, pancreatitis, colitis, low potassium. He even had a hip that would give out on him the more he drank. There were times he was barely alive. There were many rock bottoms, but he never hit his personal rock bottom. He hit his personal rock bottom on June 20th. June 20th is when his body gave out. He lost his life. He didn't drink or he didn't eat for probably about 3 weeks before that. He just drank. Alcohol is a crazy beast. It really is. It does weird things to your mind. It makes you think that you're not hungry. You're somewhere in your body. It doesn't. And so he just drank. He thought it was fine. Thought he could handle it. But his body gave out on him. He went from being a people lover to hating being around people. He loved when Coach pitched kids, still called him Coach many years later. He always loved watching Hudson and Griffin play sports. It never disappeared. I stayed. It was very hard sometimes. We also had pockets of good times. I lived pretty much like a single mom for half of their lives. I have acted like our founders did several years ago. I lived like a purpose. I had a purpose. It was to make sure our sons were living their best life, and that I was living my best life. I wasn't hunkering down in a corner because he was an alcoholic and just dealing with that. I lived my life, and I took care of them. We had drama and stress, but we also had laughter and love. I also didn't think I could afford to leave. He had a very successful sales career, and he was unemployed for the last few years. He spent his 401k savings and any other savings we had. I think my divorce that I had 20 years ago taught me to be a stronger person. Plus, I had my dad's tenacity and his shining spirit, so I just, I kept on going. So I took a break from Alpha Phi a few years ago. I ended up on our elementary sports PTO board for about 6 years, as well as being extremely active volunteer for our Ahwatukee Little League. Ahwatukee Little League. I didn't allow just alcoholism to stop our lives. I created a different normal with the belief that things would work out as they were supposed to be. However that was, they were going to work out. We enjoyed life the best that we could. He's at peace now, and we are too. We really are. I want all of you to live your best lives. Believe in karma. Turn your lemons into lemonade. Live positively. Smile and the world smiles with you. I've said that so many times. They aren't just cliches, it is true. It really is. All of those that I just said, I truly experienced all of that after he passed. I had no idea how I was impacting other people's lives with how I led my life. I had a smile most of the time. I was positive most of the time. My close friends knew what I was going through. A lot of other friends didn't really know the extent of what my life was like. I surprised a lot of them. But the blessings and love and support that has come in from my friends, my neighbors, my Alpha Phi sisters, Alaska Air, my employer, the Ahwatukee community, it's seriously blown me away. It's been unreal. It's been crazy, ridiculous, amazing. My sons and I were vacationing at my mom's house in Kansas City when we found out that he was gone. The next day, my girlfriend started tackling my house. I asked them just to clean up, just to pick up a few things, because he had newspapers and clothes and things all over. I just asked him to pick up a few things to clean out my fridge. We've been gone for 2 weeks. My crazy warrior women, they went way above anything I could have ever imagined. Our bedroom carpet and wall on Jeff's side of our bedroom was extremely damaged from him being physically ill throughout the last few years. They redid my entire bedroom and bathroom. I feel comfortable now using my entire master bath. I can walk barefoot in my bedroom, which I wasn't able to do. I mean, I did, but it was still kind of not too pleasant. But now it's refreshed, it's clean. It's a happy place to be again. They replaced my carpet and they painted my walls. They did everything in my bedroom except for change out my furniture. They changed everything in there. They made it a happy place to be again. I processed my return for my mattress. Here I was going on in June, my third mattress of the year, because he had soiled them various times. So if you guys ever need great mattresses, Costco.com, it's a place. They have amazing return policy, full refunds. So the girls thoroughly cleaned my house. They organized my office, my pantry, my fridge, my freezer. They turned our house into a home again. Now he's at peace, and we are too. We truly are. We have tunes cranked in our house all the time. We're able to relax. We aren't walking on eggshells. It's amazing. So since June 20th, we turned our old different normal into a new different normal. It's a really good normal. We're loving living our lives. We've been more adventurous. We took a 12-hour trip to Anchorage, 24 hours to Oahu. Kind of helps having nice flight benefits with my job. Spur of the moment trip to San Diego to go visit my Norwegian sister, an old foreign exchange student who lived with me for a year, 30 plus years ago. Been ziplining, kayaking. I've been reconnecting with old friends and old sorority sisters. So please live your life. Truly live it positively. Share your smiles and be genuine. And make a difference. You have no idea how you live your life is impacting other people. I have heard from so many people of how I have touched them in one way or another. I never expected that. I'm just living my life and I'm trying to be good and just not dealing with the crud I had to deal with at home. So I reached out to our foundation to assist me, and luckily they did for this month. So anyway, I ran into something yesterday that I'd like to share with you. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right and forget about the ones who don't. And believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said that it would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it. I wholeheartedly believe in every single word there. I saw that yesterday and it was like, that was me. That's so me. Seriously, you guys, live your life. No matter who you are, what you do, make sure you're living it fully. There's also several women here tonight who have benefited, who've been touched by Alpha Phi programs. So Caitlin Swift, your chapter president, she attended ELI last year and the Leadership Fellows and summer. Over the years, 12 other Gamma Pi members attended ELI, or the Leadership Fellows program. Additionally, I'd like to congratulate Laura Dillon on receiving an academic scholarship from Alpha Phi Foundation this school year. And Kendall Lynch, who was also a recent academic scholarship recipient. But the foundation's impacts also transcends beyond the chapter level as well. Last year alone, Alpha Phi Foundation invested over $700,000 in leadership training and experience that impacted Alpha Phis all across North America. We awarded more than $277,000 in scholarships to undergraduates and graduates Alpha Phis. We supported over 50 alumni and collegiate sisters in need through Forget Me Not grants. and awarded Yale School of Medicine and the 2018 $100,000 Heart-to-Heart grant. Not to mention that last year, in 2017, the foundation officially surpassed $1 million invested in women's heart health initiatives.
Woo! Woo!
Pretty cool. So tonight, we're not just surrounded by our dearest friends and family members, but we're also amongst Alpha Phi Foundation scholarship recipients. Tomorrow's business owners, medical professionals, designers, educators, all of these young women who choose to lead with their heart. I know that when I give to Alpha Phi Foundation, I'm investing in the future of Alpha Phis and women around the world, and you can do the same. During the 2017-18 academic year, Gamma Pi chapter raised more than $19,600. And since our installation in 1958, they've raised nearly $252,500 for Alpha Phi Foundation. Pretty incredible. This could not have been done without you. On behalf of the women of the Gamma Pi chapter of Alpha Phi, I hope that tonight we can continue to grow our philanthropy together. Each of us in this room are a part of making Alpha Phi Foundation's programs possible. You, the amazing women of Gamma Pi chapter, our Alpha Phi alumni,
Woo!
woo! Parents,
That's me.
and the Sun Devil community. By the way, my husband was a Sun Devil, huge, proud Sun Devil, Kappa Sig. So, creating a legacy of generosity and a bright future for Alpha Phi generations to come. Now, because we're here for Foundation, if any of you feel it in your heart, please raise your hand right now, and there will be a member of the Gamma Pi chapter who will come around and greet you. So open up your hearts and your checkbooks. Thank you so much for this time. I feel extremely honored and very grateful to be here. Thank you.